There we go. We're on the air. It gives me a little on air thing now. A little on air pops up on my screen. Not on
Oh
yours,
wait, I've
but on
got
mine.
one above your
You've
head.
got
No,
one?
I've got one above your head. Yeah, above Bucky.
Whoa! So we're live. Hey.
Too bad it won't give the people a laugh sign or an applause sign.
Ooh, that's what we
probably
need.
that a
We
lot.
we
Yeah.
need applause cues. We need
Yep.
laugh cues.
100%.
All of those things to kind of
And to be funny.
to massage. We're gonna call that massaging the show. When we add in things like laugh tracks. Ooh, laugh tracks. Can we get like in old sitcoms when like Urkel would walk in, he'd always walk in, stop,
Applause.
because the applause. Yeah, it's fucking Urkel, and then they would get into the show.
Do you remember how great Friday nights were? TGI Friday, like they had all the
TGIF.
shows you would watch. TGIF, yeah.
TGIF. Dun, 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 TGI. It was a whole thing. That was in wrestling. Sometimes they use the term destination television when they talk about the idea of you have to tune in to catch this show.
Yep.
CM Punk on Collision in the beginning was destination television. You had to see what happened. TGIF on ABC. I want to say it was on ABC. Friday nights. Thank God it's Friday. Was probably some of the best friggin' television on the planet. You'd have Family Matters, Step by Step,
ABC.
Perfect
You were
Strangers
correct.
was in
ABC.
there for a little bit. Boy Meets World was in there for a little bit. Good,
I'm looking at some of them now.
Disney crossover shows. Home
Full
Improvement
House.
was in there. Full House.
Perfect Strangers.
Full House, Perfect Strangers.
Step by Step. Sabrina the
Step.
Teenage Witch. Dinosaurs.
Really? I forget about Sabrina the Teenage Witch and
Boy Meets World. Family Matters. Fresh Prince.
Family Matters, Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Did you say Perfect Strangers?
The Hughleys. Or Hughleys. Yeah. Hughleys.
Hughley's?
Hughleys. Yep.
Because that was a D.L. Hughley's show.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Hugleys. Family
And
Matters
then the
was a
next morning, you
spinoff.
got Saturday morning cartoons.
And
Those
wrestling.
were
And
Real
wrestling.
Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, and wrestling.
Yeah, I used to watch Superstars on Saturday mornings. That was when it was on the channel, on the local channel
Yeah.
here, and that was like the
The
best
local
thing
channel.
on
We would
Saturday
change.
mornings. Well, like you had to tune in on specific things. Like Power Rangers was only on Fox, X-Men was only on Fox. Eek the Cat, and X-Men were always like back to back after school.
Never watched Eek the Cat.
Really,
Never really.
I feel like it would have been right up your alley. Eek the Cat was kind of that crossover.
What's my alley?
You like layered humor, a joke that would apply to a child, but also there's a darker adult undertone. Family Guy has a lot of those surface level jokes, but also they go really, really deep. If you think about some of the things that they talk about, they'll make a lot of
By the way-
references kind of peppered in between.
I just realized. What's your name?
Mike.
Hi, Mike. I'm Brendan.
Oh, it's Thirsty Thursday on GettingWork.com. We didn't even do. We just started talking,
No.
and we did
No
the
shit,
thing.
right?
We started talking about TV.
It's actually like I
into
wanted
it.
to fucking talk to you. Holy shit.
So, if you're tuning in, first off, thank you. It's Thirsty Thursday once again on GettingWork.com. You'll notice there's no intro, there's no music currently at the moment. Those things still exist. Right now, we're in week 2 of. We're gonna call it the new. We're trying out a new system, a new OBS. I almost called it an UBS. Trying out a new UBS. Trying out a new OBS broadcast system to put our idiocy on the internet. So we're figuring stuff out. I'm still creating what's called the templates with the different
better
scenes.
better idiocy. Giving
Yeah,
us
like we
more
made bigger
things
pictures.
to
We
do.
used to be really small in the window, and there was some cool mechanical stuff in the background. I figured it was better to have larger images of us. I'll 100% admit the format. I looked at popular podcasts and looked at their video format, a couple in particular. I was like, oh, okay, that's a good looking way of doing it. Anybody that finds like the show that I kind of aped the style off of, good for you.
That is the sincerest form of flattery, bro.
It is. It is. And it's because I was like, oh, that's far more efficient than what I was doing. So we got the little wooden background, the little bar wood behind us. We got the logo here, names. I added our ats. Last week it didn't have our. You call it a handle screen name? It's not a screen name. I want to say screen name because I'm fucking old, but I know it's not a screen name. The little like my at that dude named Mike. You've got at Fire Eater. So it's in the bottom. You're right.
I think I'm going to switch that very soon, but I hate giving that up because I've had it for so many years.
I'd like to. What makes you feel you got to change your name?
Because I uniformly have everything my name across everything else.
I don't. I'm getting worked on Twitter. That dude named Mike on Instagram. The way I look at it right now, currently,
I just finally didn't give a shit, and I thought it would be easier, especially when I was doing photos and things like that, just to make it would be easy to find me on everything.
Yeah, easy to find you on everything, but also, I mean,
I haven't done fire eating in about 4 years.
You should
I should do that on the pod one night.
You should do that on the show. Could you do that inside? You can do it inside. I've seen you do it inside a building.
Fire eating inside. I've done some fire eating in venues that I should not have done fire.
By the way, that's not code. If you're watching that, fire eating isn't code for anything weird. Brendan can eat fire. He does magic. Is that the respectful way to put it? He performs magic tricks.
I don't know if there's a respectful way to put it.
Stunts.
He does magic tricks.
He's a performer. He's a performer. People of the internet.
I've done all different versions of being a magician, an illusionist, a fire eater, an escape artist, blah blah blah. A little bit of everything. When I called myself an illusionist, I got to charge 20% more. So that helps. Yeah,
it's like being
I would usually tell people
and a bar manager.
Exactly, or head bartender,
a consultant, a bar consultant. That's the best one. Where like I'm going to come in. I'm not actually going to work behind the bar. I'm just going to come in and have ideas and tell you how I think you should be doing things.
I did that for a bar once for the first 2 weeks they were open. I always loved head bartender. Like, what's your job? What do you get to do as the head bartender?
What does that mean?
To be the manager's bitch.
And if you're a head bartender, this isn't
no. If you're a head bartender, it's fine.
Like all jobs are good jobs. Everything's got its own post. But I'm curious where some businesses define the term head bartender versus bar manager versus
fine
GM. Line. Versus owner. I've been in situations where there's been bar manager, kitchen manager, GM, all in the same building. I was the bar manager, there was a kitchen manager, and then there was a GM that was over both of us. Sometimes felt like the runaround to get things accomplished. You know what I mean? Like when there's sometimes, for lack of a better term, too many cooks in the kitchen. Kind of felt like sometimes spinning the wheels in those scenarios. So it takes really...
I remember that situation.
Leadership.
There were literally too many cooks in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, it takes really precise leadership to come out of the other end of that better. That's a tough situation for all the people involved when you've got so many leaders working in the same building, working towards the same goal.
We have a problem.
We have a problem? What's the problem?
I forgot a beer.
Forgot a beer? You got time to go get one.
I mean, I could go to my fridge. It is nearby, or I could just start with tequila and one of the random mini bottles I brought for you to choose.
Well, you're gonna make me. I might end up drinking something super fucked up here in a minute, so you gotta at least have a beer to jump in the pool.
Tell me, and those who got to see the absurd madness that was last week and wondering would he puke, would he not? How did you feel after the podcast? Did your stomach eventually settle down? The bacon soda seemed to be one of the more rough things you've gone through.
That was the bacon soda, and if you're just jumping on the
not
the wave,
baking soda.
Yeah, not baking soda, bacon flavored soda. Brendan has dropped off a box of Chasers, and every week I'm drinking a different weird flavored soda. Last week I was lucky enough to get bacon soda.
The Christmas present to all of us.
So I'll say I didn't. The next morning, totally fine. I had some pretty gnarly heartburn from it, and I'm not gonna say use the term indigestion. It wasn't that intense of a situation, but
Indigestion. What
there was
commercial
some
was that?
bubbling, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. It's from Pepto Bismol.
Indigestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just always remember that. Yeah.
So there was a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of like
I dropped
extra
something.
motion, and other than that, the baking soda didn't do too much damage.
All right.
I'm dreading tonight. I feel like some of
I
my
feel like it can't be.
parlays, and I feel like it's time to hit. It's time to hit zeros across the board tonight. I feel like a 4 is coming up when I roll this dice here in a minute.
Do we want to talk about our parlays from last week yet, or do we want to talk about betting? And we'll talk about that in a little bit, or do you want to tell us how you did?
Let's talk about last week's parlay. We left the show with we each placed a bet, and we had a parlay rolling. You want to go ahead and go with yours?
Mine went very well. I hit my first 2 legs. We're talking NHL hockey, Seattle Kraken, Vancouver Canucks, whose jersey I was wearing that night, and the Boston Bruins. What was interesting was my first 2 hit that night. The next day, I'm like, Bruins just need to do it. And I checked in at the end of the second period, and the Bruins were down 2-0. So I didn't worry about it. Then all of a sudden, I looked later, and I had won because the Bruins came back in the third and won in a shootout. So far, 1 for 1 on my parlay of the week. Went with hockey. I think the one we'll do at the end of the show will be for English Premier League this weekend. But we'll get to that later. How did yours do, bud?
Terrible. All of my legs busted.
All?
Oh yeah. Well, the parlay that I had
when
was related to the Chargers Raiders game. I had Austin Eckler for a touchdown, Devontae Adams for a touchdown, the Los Angeles Chargers +3 in the spread, and under 34.5 points. The only thing that hit was Devontae Adams scored a touchdown. So
ouch.
Nothing happened there, and that's okay. I'm 0 for 1. It's about like my fantasy year where I am in last place. I decided to not play Patrick Mahomes last week and went with Tommy Cutlets, Tommy DeVito. And I guess the glory of Tommy DeVito was over as soon as he faced a team with a good defense, because he didn't do a goddamn thing last week for my fantasy league. So I played some.
I was on a bye last week.
Yeah, you got to buy because you're in the number 1 spot in the league.
I got a bye, and I had the highest scoring player of the week.
Highest scoring player of the week.
Yep. And T. Higgins finally showed up, so we'll see what happens this week.
Man, did he ever. That touchdown catch where dude wrapped him up, he spun, pivoted to the right, and got it just over the pylon. That's the type of football playing that you can't, like, that's
unbelievable awareness.
Instinct.
That was amazing.
That's instinct. That's awareness. All that shit. So big ups to him. So with that being said, we talked about last week's busts, last week's betting. You're 1 for 1. I'm 0 for 1. Let's see how we do in some other luck, as it were. So
let's get to the big thing we haven't talked about. What are you drinking?
What are we drinking? So I've got a beer. Let me open my little goodie bag today.
He has a goodie bag.
The beer I have falls in the same category as your beer from a couple weeks ago. The beer I have, people used to stand in line for. The beer I have, people used to show up at our bar when they knew it would be tapped and when it would be on, and drink the dog shit out of it. I'll give you a hint.
Time of year. What time of year?
It's gonna come in. I'm gonna pour it into this style glass.
Is it a Bell's Oberon? Oh, it's gonna be a Belgian.
It's not a Belgian.
It's not a Belgian.
It's not a Belgian. The glass style was just to indicate the ABV.
Okay. What family of beers?
It's an IPA. It is a double IPA.
Hops Slam.
Nailed it.
God.
Bell's Hop Slam double India Pale Ale brewed with honey. That's what we need to bet on every week. Is will Brendan be able to guess the beer, or will Mike be able to guess the beer?
I'll tell you what's pretty more amazing to me is that I guess the brewery before I got the beer. I said Oberon, another Bell's beer. So
Right.
yeah,
And
Bell's Hop Slam. I don't have a beer at the moment. I have some beer in the fridge. I have another one of those oatmeal raisin, which I should probably
you should
drink.
go get that while I'm pouring this guy and letting the foam rock a little bit. Because like as I was saying,
But I was gonna.
you can do that though. But this is one of those beers. I remember people would wait in line. People would hunt this
Oh
down.
yeah.
Like, Hop Slam Day was a big deal when we went on social media and posted, "Hey guys, we're tapping the Hop Slam today."
Oh yeah. Hop Slam is definitely in that vein of Zombie Dust,
Zombie Dust,
sure.
Bourbon County Stout,
Bourbon County
um,
Stout.
Abyss from Deschutes.
Mm.
I tried to create that kind of market with Perrin No Rules, the Vietnamese porter, but not enough people got into that flavor profile. I think to get it popular. Is that an Amazon Air Cup? Huh, they make coffee mugs. Look at that. So I've got a beer. You've got a coffee mug of tequila.
I do.
That's
Well,
quite fitting.
I am not as prepared as I should be. You know, let's talk real world for a second. Real world, end of the week. I picked up overtime this week. I did a lot of 10-hour days in a row, and in the real world, and it was great. It was fine because I'm about to be off for almost 2 weeks, which is wonderful. But I am not prepared for a night. I came home and fell asleep, and I am not that prepared. So you have to be like 1.5 used tonight to make up for the
I
half-ass
eventually got to pick it up
version.
because I'm
So
the guy
yeah,
in the
I didn't even.
logo. So
I should have come home and like done dishes and had like a shot glass and a snifter or something. No, I've got a mug that
what's
I
the
got
first
as
thing you do when you
swag.
walk in the door after work?
I I woke up today at 7:30 with my stuff still on, my boots still on. Like I didn't even take my shoes off. I didn't. First thing I did when I came in the door was I sat down on the couch and hung out with my cat. I just sat down. What's up, buddy? And it was like headbutts. The cat laid on me. I'm checking things on the phone. Time travel. I'm up at 7:30. That's pretty much. It was exactly what happened.
So I work from home. The room I'm sitting in and actually recording in is also the room that I work out of. It's an office studio, whatever you want to call it. So I don't walk in the door. I leave this room and I go downstairs. Most of the time, first thing I do is go downstairs and crack a beer. Sometimes it's a beer and a shot, but there's no better feeling for me than that after work. And sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's like half of one, but it's just that feeling, you know what I'm saying?
I have several things that I will do the minute after. It depends on the day.
Yeah.
I will either immediately know that I'm going to nap. I will get out some aggression with like a 30-minute high intensity FIFA soccer match or something like the FC soccer match. Or usually I'm hungry and I'm going to cook something and I'm excited to cook because I've usually got some random fish in the fridge or like the other day it was blackened tilapia. Like I'll eat tilapia a few times a
Your
week. That's one of
Instagram
my
is a good fish follow.
a good fish follow.
If you like fish, if you want a good fish follow, Brendan,
I do other stuff.
at Fire Eater.
Lots of steak and pork chops. Lots
I
of
see.
steak
I
and
always
pork
see
chops.
fish though.
Always see fish.
What did you do that I complimented? I went out of my way. It was a steak. There was some kind of big ass petite sirloin that was like the biggest petite
Oh
sirloin
yeah,
I've ever seen.
that was
Marked
very
labeled a
recent.
petite sirloin.
It
And
labeled.
mm,
Here's the
yeah,
thing. It was called a petite sirloin. There were 4 of them, and the package was just over 4 pounds. I don't think you can call 4 1-pound steaks petite. They
no,
weren't at all. It was
no.
delicious. I will say this though. There's something we never talked about on the podcast that you wanted to speak about. That see, this is where we're going off script, and this is just going to be random. The steak before that, you also made a comment on, but it was not a compliment. Do you remember what you said that we were going to talk about 2 steaks ago, which would be it's definitely
Was
over
it
a month.
was it
It's very
really
random.
undercooked? Was it really rare?
In whose opinion?
In my opinion,
Why does your
What do you
opinion
cook
matter?
your what temperature do you cook your steak to?
Medium rare,
Well, how do you know that?
because it's delicious.
Because it's delicious. Okay, so what's your gauge?
Medium rare.
There you go.
When I decide, what do you mean? What's my gauge? I cut it open and it's hot pink.
It's hot pink,
Hot
like a
pink.
lighter, like a highlighter.
No. Not the color, temperature and color.
Hot and pink.
Pink. Yes.
Hot and pink. That sounds like
Yeah.
a Motley Crue album.
If it's
Hot
cold
and
and pink, you're rare.
That'd be an Ozzy album.
or on the red. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Um,
Yeah. Poor guy.
so I think that's a huge
But yeah, you gave me shit about that one. You said the
dividing
steak
line.
was
Yeah.
you said it had a heartbeat.
I mean, the thing like
What's
it
wrong
had
with raw
that
meat?
a lot. I don't like.
You ever had carpaccio?
Yeah,
You
it's
ever had
okay.
steak tartare?
It's okay. Yeah, it's all steak tartare. They have to add too many things to it. That's my thing with that. Like
You don't do sushi, do you?
we've had this conversation, right?
I don't know. Have
can't
we?
eat sushi. I don't do sushi. I don't like sushi.
You don't like
Um,
sushi. You don't like the water. You don't like
yeah, not at
the
all.
woods.
Not at all. So with
Why are we
sushi though, I don't mind a good piece of fish. My problem with sushi
Mhm.
is I don't like the texture combo. It's really not even so much about the fact that the fish is raw most of the time. Because honestly, with a lot of sushis, if I were to get sushi, I'm gonna get like what's the Sunday morning roll or something like that, where it's got like crab and cream cheese or something. in
The
it
California
like
roll, Sunday morning roll,
something like that.
got
Yeah,
you.
like
Yeah.
I would get the ones with like cooked crab in it. I wouldn't necessarily even get the raw fish one, but for me, when you do the fish and the rice and that fucking nori, that seaweed is the grossest texture flavor combo. I'm so sorry if I'm losing people on this one because y'all love your sushi and they make the what's the furikake, which is like the little flakes of nori or something like that. That seaweed texture and flavor
There was somebody at work eating
ruins it.
nori strips the other day, like
for
candy,
what?
like, for a snack.
To go, hey, I'm eating nori. Look at me. That cannot be enjoyable. That can't be enjoyable. Just
Why
like,
don't you just get nigiri?
just get
Why don't you get-
what's a nigiri?
Nigiri is okay. So
Isn't that the
sashimi
sword
is
from like that one episode of The League where he's singing about
that's
so he's something else.
Naginta,
The Naginta sword.
Yeah,
Naginta,
the
Naginta,
Naginta.
love mine.
And it's actually what it was a oh, now I can't think of what it was, but it wasn't it was definitely not the name, but anyway, fish by itself is sashimi. Fish on the back of a little lump of rice is your nigiri.
Okay, so just fish and rice.
Yeah. And then the other is a roll. That's where your nori is. So do something without the nori.
I'm okay. It's still that texture combo. Still that.
Well, I don't like the
texture
texture.
combo.
I don't like texture of things either. Like that's why I don't
Yeah.
go for octopus.
Mm.
So octopus sushi is not that great. It's very chewy. It's like a piece of a Goodyear tire on the back of some rice. It does not work.
I
Not
love trying new
tuna,
food.
red
I don't want this to
snapper,
sound like I'm not
eel.
adventurous.
No. You
I
eat
love
chicken
food.
tenders and spaghetti with buttered noodles, maybe. I don't
Oh
know.
come on! I don't eat fucking tenders.
I know.
No, like one of my favorite things I love trying lately is like Korean fried chicken and Hawaiian barbecue. If I can find a Hawaiian barbecue place, been loving them lately. There's one in Lexington. There was one in Asheville when I went on my honeymoon. Been loving that style. In particular, in Norwood, there is the name escapes me at the moment, but there's a Korean fried chicken place in Norwood right now, and it's fantastic. Something about the way the batter is done. It's a lighter, crispier, crunchier batter. It's fantastic.
I'll come eat your fried chicken with you. You come eat my sushi with me.
I'll go to the sushi place with you, but I'm gonna be very selective. I'm gonna be looking at that menu for a moment and finding something. I was like, okay, I'll do that. And
Okay.
can you leave the wet grass off the middle, please? Just take the
There's no
don't
wet
put the
grass. What wet grass?
seaweed.
Oh, gotcha.
It's wet grass that they just dried into a sheet and then put on there.
Just don't get a roll.
Anyway,
Next week, I'm chewing on nori the entire episode.
that's gonna be an audio nightmare. You can't do that.
Can't
You
wait.
can't just sit there and eat grass.
It's gonna be Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. The New Year Nori. That's gonna be the name of next week's episode. New Year Nori.
Happy Nori Year.
So I've got a beer. You've got a tequila.
Oh, we got to do a shot and find out what you're drinking. Oh, right. We've got to find out what crazy, maybe crazy. It might be delicious.
Let's go
You've
ahead
still got-
and recap what's happening here.
Let's recap the 4 that are left. We have
got
Buffalo
4
Wing.
sodas left. We have at number 5, sweet corn. Sweet corn soda.
Sweet corn soda. Oh.
Number 3, buffalo wing soda.
I can't wait.
Number 1, pumpkin pie soda. I feel like this is gonna be the easiest one. I don't see how pumpkin pie soda is gonna be a bad situation.
Number 4.
But the Biggie
The
Smalls,
one we've been waiting for.
the Biggie Smalls of this soda organization, the one
that
that's
we're
really
so
running
curious
the
about.
show. Maybe this is more like the Suge Knight of
Yeah.
the soda. Yeah, it's probably more like the Suge Knight ranch dressing soda.
It's gonna happen. It may not be tonight, but it's gonna happen.
Color.
Ah.
Look at that. Look at that cloudy viscosity. Like the part also that I don't know.
It looks like a
about-
Smirnoff Ice a little bit.
Could you
like-
imagine if you switched the labels on somebody and iced
Oh
them with
god,
one of
that'd be
these?
great.
So
I knew a guy once who sat down at a table with us. We talked about the magic thing. I was at a magic convention, in a very southernish part of the country, and there
like
was
a magic convention
Wait.
for people that perform magic, or people are going there to
Yes.
go see magic.
people who perform at magicians for other magicians.
Okay.
And there's like
So
stage
kind of like
shows.
a trade show.
Other people could be there,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
so it's kind of a catch-up time, and you'll see some really crazy stuff because guys are fooling other performers is interesting. But there was one guy who was notorious for doing crazy things each year. One year he had a chicken on a leash that he walked around everywhere. And then one year he sat down at the table while we were all sitting around just having like a
Walk
random
the
jam
chicken
session.
on the leash.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
One year he sat there and just we're all sitting at a table, and he pulls out a can of cat food, pops it open, and just starts eating while we're sitting there. And we're like, are you kidding me right now? Come to find out, and why I bring this up, just like the bottle and the labels, he had switched labels on a tuna can and a cat food can, and every one of us bought into it. A room full of people who are used to fooling people bought into the most simple of things. He just switched the labels, but every one of us
I
was
bet
like,
that was an
yeah,
experiment
this
for
some
him as
bitch was
well.
eating some cat food. Oh yeah.
Watch me mess
all
with all
bought
the
it.
magicians.
Right, 100%. But
All right.
do that one to your family and friends. Put a cat food label or a tuna label on the cat food.
So we've
cat
got-
food label on the tuna.
We've got dice that we're rolling.
Yes.
That I'm rolling.
Roll the dice.
And the corresponding number selects the soda. So,
All right.
not number 4. Come on, not number 4. Let me get my whiskey bottle here, because I'm gonna need the dad joke decanter. All right. So 1, 3, 4, and 5 still exist. Not 4. Not 4. Not 4. Not 4. 5. 5.
Which
Hold
one's that?
on.
Is that buffalo wing?
Hold on. Just
Are you
to-
taking
to-
a photo
to
for
keep-
proof?
To keep it safe, I'm taking a picture of
Yeah.
the dice. It is a 5. At number 5, ladies and gentlemen,
Sweet corn
corn
soda
time.
night. All right.
Sweet
Welcome to the
corn.
Midwest.
So
Wearing his Bucky's hat, drinking sweet corn.
I was gonna
soda.
say, wearing a St. Louis beer shirt, a Bucky's hat, drinking sweet corn soda. I'm about as Midwest as it gets right now, people of the
This
internet.
is fantastic.
So what I'm thinking now about this. Oh fuck. Okay, so I don't think this is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be different. But I'm not expecting this to be like world shattering, life altering. Like this isn't gonna be that
I
terrible.
don't think it's going to be as bad as bacon.
No. Cause sweet corn, okay, like
We drink
whiskey.
we've drank corn whiskey. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
drink
We drank
enough-
corn whiskey.
sweet corn based product.
But-
So yeah.
I think it's going to be too sweet, especially if you said how sweet the bacon one was. If it's already sweet corn and these sodas have been more on the sugary sweet side, start drinking.
So that
I have another sip of tequila.
asks the question.
Wait, wrong mug.
What do I shoot? Do I just shoot? Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot bourbon. Bourbon and sweet corn soda.
I have 2 of those little bottles left we've been working through.
The red top.
Damn it. I haven't had any success with these because the flavors are so terrible. It's another 99. 99 strawberries.
Strawberries. Okay.
I love strawberry. My favorite ice cream is strawberry, but strawberry as an artificial flavor is usually terrible.
I would agree with that. Strawberry flavored things are hit or miss. Usually strawberry is also a generic kind of fruit. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's sweet berry, and they'll call it strawberry. I will say strawberry ice cream. I'm a big fan.
I will say that smells great, honestly.
All right, so let me get the bottle opener here, the luchador. Let's get this guy open. All right, so I can smell it already. Like,
Really?
I'm about a foot away from this thing, and this whole room just smells like cream corn now.
Really?
That is insane.
Really?
The aroma. Oh my god! It doesn't. Oh, it smells like butter. It's not just corn, it's buttered corn. Oh no.
That would be a terrible soda. Buttered soda. Butter. Carbonated. You don't know. It might be great. Just go into this thinking this is going
Right.
to be great. It doesn't look like piss. This isn't a bottle of piss that smells like
That
cream corn.
color is very sus, as the kids say.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah.
All right, so
Someone is not fully hydrated. I
does
will
this
say
have the
that.
beet sugar in it too? The beet juice. Hold on.
The beet juice. Is that what you said?
Carbonated artisan spring water, pure cane sugar, citric acid. No beet juice.
No beet juice.
No beet juice in this one.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. That would be a different color of urine.
That probably is a big deciding factor in whether or not what kind of sugar they use in this one. Because if you did use something, it would change the color. All right,
Probably.
shot of whiskey. Cheers.
Go ahead. Enjoy. Cheers.
We gotta do the shot with me, and then I'll chase mine with the sweet corn soda.
I'm gonna be miserable with this, though. I have a feeling, but okay, go ahead.
Cheers.
I want to.
Great sound.
Oh, it's too sweet.
Whiskey,
Oh, god damn. Oh.
sweet corn soda.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh.
Hold on.
You look like you're trying to process it. Going back for 2.
That's not terrible.
Really?
That's like. Hold on. That's actually not bad. It's I wouldn't sit and like. I'm not gonna. I would never order this. Like,
it wouldn't
oh,
be
I
your
need a sweet
everyday
corn
go-to
soda.
soda.
It would never be like my go-to thing. Like I. But that's not. In fact, you know what I want to do?
So if you're rating, if you don't mind me asking, if you're rating, you weren't disappointed by the peanut butter and jelly either. It
No.
wasn't terrible.
No.
Sweet corn better or peanut butter and jelly better?
So
Who's winning right now?
I'll say sweet corn for this reason. The
It
peanut
goes with
butter
the
and
whiskey?
jelly had a weird taste that wasn't peanut butter and jelly. I said it kind of had like a weird cotton candy, sugary quality in the background.
Gotcha.
I think that detracts from the flavor of the peanut butter and jelly soda because it moves it away from the flavor it's supposed to be.
Do you remember when we used to make the most fancy, beautiful cocktails and all this stuff, and like we would be talking about the finest of like, and this is how you do this, and this is the
flavor
fine
profiles of
process when it is
whiskey.
flavor profiles, and now you're just like, I believe the flavor of the jelly and the peanut butter and jelly soda
We've
is
come
coming
full
out. Like
circle.
I just we've completely regressed. Like
We're still the beverage boys. We're still beverage boys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make that a thing. #, beverage boys. All right. So here's what I'm thinking.
Our podcast 20 years from now, and the prune juice tastes great.
You know what I like in my Mucilac? Mucilac?
Mucilac?
Similac?
Mucilac.
I know Similac's for
Not
babies. but
Similac's for babies. Mucinex.
Mucilin?
No, wait.
Mucilin? Mucilin. I think Mucilin's a
No.
thing. Hold on.
No. No, it's Mucinex.
No, Mucinex is for like the boogers. It's the dude that looks like Danny DeVito. Mucilin.
It's called a mausoleum.
Nope, muslin, a type of fine, soft cotton cloth. Mucilin? I'm thinking there's some kind of old like when you get older, you take something called mucilin or something to that effect. I apologize if I'm offending anybody. So back to the booze.
Fucking guy. Wait, are you over here? I don't know if you're
you did
over
it
here
right.
or over here.
That's right.
Am-
I'm to
you're over
your
here?
right. I'm to your right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so bourbon, sweet corn soda. Let's find out what's up.
Oh, now we're experimenting.
I gotta know.
This might not be bad. Depending, and you know what? A higher proof, like 100 proof, I bet would be better, like a bonded to counteract the sweetness. What bourbon were you using that bonded?
Dad joke. Yeah, this is Evan Williams bought it. So
White label?
yes.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, something like that, a little bit of spice to it, might not be
Ooh.
bad.
whoo-hoo. So that's actually not terrible. The sweet corn soda, like I said, I'd rank that at the top of all the weird sodas. All right, so I'm gonna put these
So
back in
far,
they can
sweet
stay
corn
cold.
wins, peanut butter and jelly second, bacon so far
Bacon soda
third.
can
but
go
you
straight
think
to fucking hell.
you
bacon
think,
soda
you think
can
it's
go
gonna be
straight to hell.
sixth? Okay.
So
I was legitimately worried about you vomiting last week at one point.
I'm really, am I worried that this is gonna be? I'm not worried it's gonna be like hot, like too hot for me to drink. I don't think they'd do that with a product like this. They'd label it like something like that if it was extremely hot. I'm worried about how they achieve the chicken flavor.
Yeah, right.
Because however they got the bacon flavor is wrong. Don't stop doing that.
If you didn't do it
Whatever
right
you
with pork,
did,
you're probably not going to do it right with chicken.
whatever you did to do the bacon, stop it, Lester. Stop
Yeah.
it, motherfucker. So I'm really concerned with that one about
I'm
the
just
chicken?
disappointed. I'm disappointed that we're not going to have a moment where you would be able to mix the ranch dressing and the chicken wing a little bit, so you could put some ranch on your chicken wing.
So I have a few concerns about this. I have
Just a few.
Well, when I think about what it is, the fact that I'm going to drink it, when I think of ranch dressing, I think
Are you a
there's
ranch dressing fan in general? If you're getting a salad, is ranch your go-to?
no, not my go-to on my salad. I'm not a
Okay.
big fan on a salad. With wings, I prefer blue cheese in certain instances. Now, when I was like maybe 5 years ago and I was a little bit younger, always blue cheese. I didn't use ranch that much unless it was like with pizza. If you got runny ranch, like restaurant runny ranch, let's go. Like you know what I'm talking about? How like with dipping ranches at restaurants, pizza places, it's runnier. It's not super thick and gloopy like out of the bottle of Hidden Valley. I can't do the Hidden Valley ranch. That's super thick,
Really?
gloopy out of the bottle. No way. That's gross to me. That's too thick.
You like
But
the thin, watery shit?
oh yeah, I like a little bit runny, dippy, like runny ranch. Like when you get ranch at the pizza place that we used to work at, that was a runnier ranch. The best ranch dressing, Wingstop. Hands down. Wingstop ranch is fucking fantastic.
It
So-
better be because the wings are fucking terrible that I had there.
Really? We'll talk about
I've
that here in a moment.
All right, go ahead.
So with the ranch, the concern with the ranch dressing, two questions. One, ranch dressings usually either go buttermilk or heavy dill. What direction did they go? I can handle the dill. I really think like if they go, oh, make it taste like really super dilly ranch, cool. I can deal with a bunch of dill. How did they decide to do buttermilk? If they went like super buttermilky,
Oh, I can really
that's
see
what scares me.
I would be worried about the process of crossing the lines of dairy and soda myself.
How did
That's-
you? And also, like I see on the label, it's got just tomatoes, peppers, and I can't tell if that's like spinach or what leafy green. That
might be
is
the
behind
top of the
tomato.
tomatoes.
No,
Yeah.
there's another thing back there. It's like lettuce
gotcha.
or dill. I don't know. It might be it's not dill because I know what dill looks like. But I'm really concerned, and I use the term concerned, about how they're making that ranch and what direction they went with it. I think that's going to really determine if it
Can't
crosses
wait.
the line into undrinkable. I think
3
if they
down,
go too heavy on buttermilk,
weeks
it's
of this
going
to
be
go.
undrinkable.
3
So-
to go. Can't wait.
We drank a sweet corn soda. We tried a sweet corn soda. It's almost Christmas, bud.
Yeah, it is.
Approaching
That's
the
weird.
end of the year. It's almost the
Was it
end
4
of
days?
2023. Yeah, as of right now, we are 4 days out of Christmas if you're watching this live. And then right after that, it's going to be the new year. So, have you set up anything for the new year yet? Have you already planned anything for your 2024?
I gotta work on the second.
That's when I go. That's when I go back to work. I'm off work until the second of the year. Second of
I
January.
am too. That's very same. Very same.
That's the
I'm
great
off
thing
until the
is
second of the
being
year.
able. We talk a lot about. We used to work in bars. We used to work in the service industry. The difference now in my life is that I can take a substantial vacation, and I'm not
Oh, yeah.
going to lose my entire life.
We would wake up and do Christmas with
man.
our families, and then have to go to the bar.
Go to the bar. Go work.
and start working. Yeah. I mean, the
So-
bar life was fun at times, but oh man,
It's still tons of fun for those that want to do it. Like I have a teenage daughter and a wife and all these other things that I want to do with my life. That the bar lifestyle, I love the bar lifestyle, but I couldn't work there anymore. It would get in the way of
Yeah.
the other things that I want to do.
yeah.
So I already planned something for 2024, and
Okay.
I think you'll get a laugh out of this. I bought some tickets. If I asked
Sports,
you
music, movie,
music, who are some of my favorite musical bands, musical artists?
I don't know, a lot that I probably don't know.
Probably.
You have some really hardcore stuff.
You know
Wilson
this band.
Phillips.
No, they were sold out.
I know this band.
Prince is dead.
And it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, Prince is dead.
Yeah.
I already
It
went and saw
would've been
Metallica.
You saw Metallica. You saw Pantera. You saw.
Mhm.
Give me a genre.
New metal.
That's the type of shit that they call like Kid Rock or Limp Bizkit or.
Hey, nailed it! Nailed it. Your boy bought tickets to go see Limp Bizkit in 2024. They have announced the Loserville tour.
I have no comment. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know you were a big Limp Bizkit guy.
Love Limp Bizkit. Grew up
You
listening
there?
to Limp
Yeah,
Bizkit.
what's going on?
Above me, there's a sign on the wall that says "Live, Laugh, Limp Bizkit." That is one of my favorite fucking bands on the fucking planet. And let me look up.
Is it still the original members? Is it Wes Borland and every? I mean, is it still the original guys?
It's still the original guys now. They went through a time period where they changed guitar players for a moment, but now they've got all the original members back. DJ Lethal, who was the DJ in House of Pain. Jump around, jump up, and get down. Like the DJ from House of Pain is the DJ in Limp Bizkit. Yeah, everybody jump. Like that's the same DJ. Wes Borland, the crazy guitar player, paints his body, wears contacts, does these crazy costumes. They've got Sam, the bass player,
House
John
of Pain
Otto,
had a
the
great
drummer.
album name.
What was the name? Wait.
Shamrock and Shenanigans.
Shamrocks and Shenanigans. So like House of Pain, I remember when I was younger, there was that
I could be completely wrong.
The idea of those kind of tough boy Boston Irish bands. There was like
Dropkick
Murphys, Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly's awesome. Dropkick Murphys is awesome.
That was I love that. I love that genre. But that just makes me think of that. So Limp Bizkit has announced their Loserville tour. And here's the weird part. So Limp Bizkit is
it coming to town here, or are you going out of town for it?
I have to go to Noblesville, Indiana, about an hour north of Indianapolis, about 40 minutes north of Indianapolis. So I've been to this venue before. The last time I went to this concert venue in Noblesville was to see Black Sabbath. I saw Black Sabbath on their final tour. Yeah, on their like we're going away like retirement tour. Sorry, let me close the windows here on my screen because I think I got too many things open. It's starting to slow some things down. So
all those porn pop-ups, you need to close those, bud.
I got so many windows open right here.
Going,
so I saw Black Sabbath at the same venue, and when this tour got announced, I knew I had to go. So I've got tickets to go see Limp Bizkit. Now the thing is, the bands they're playing with, the artists that they're playing with. I don't know most of them. There's one act that is Bones, which is a rapper, a hip hop artist, I found out. Eddie Baker and Xavier Wolf. That's all like a thing. Like that's an act. Bones, Eddie Baker, and Xavier Wolf. That's like an act. Nate.
Yeah, it used to be Bones, Thugs, and Harmony.
Yeah, Nate No Face.
Never mind. Nate No Face. Are you kidding me?
Here's the one that I think is going to surprise you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Corey Feldman. That Corey Feldman.
I know who you're talking about. I've seen the TikToks. He's got a unique act.
Oh yeah. So Corey Feldman.
So Nate No Face spells it with an N and then the number 8.
Yes, N8 No Face. Are you checking it out?
Well, he's a liar. He has that is not what I expected Nate No Face to look like.
Is he got like a crazy mustache?
Yes.
Yeah, he looks like a movie character from the 50s.
No, he looks like he looks like I've seen him on Law and Order.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude's intense.
So it's Nate No Face and Corey Feldman.
There's Nate No Face.
Oh shit, Nate No Face.
We're gonna get your review after that show for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what Nate No Face is all about. But Corey Feldman is on the
favorite
tour.
Corey Feldman movie. Go.
Goonies.
Yeah.
I personally have to go with Goonies.
I guess it's gotta be.
I think a lot of people would say Lost Boys. I think if you ask that question to a certain group, to certain people,
I was
um,
leaning Lost Boys, but then you say Goonies, and I almost need to question my Lost Boys choice because I was leaning into Lost Boys until you said Goonies, and I thought, wait, no, it's got to be Goonies. Maybe I go back and forth. He was in some great stuff, always with Corey Haim as well.
so the thing with that is to me like the Goonies is so visually iconic. The whole idea of them being in Seattle, that well, it feels like Washington, Seattle-ish, like Washington, that like near the ocean. There's that whole vibe is incredible.
It's rainy, it's coastal,
Yeah.
it's yeah. There's definitely some Pacific Northwest trees and the environment. But yeah, just everything. I mean, people still say, "Hey, you guys."
And that
You
was
gotta
one of
love
those
Squad.
movies as well that introduced me to the idea of like the group adventure. That was what was cool to me about the Goonies. Is it was about a bunch of
Oh,
kids going on an adventure together.
yep, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about like there were so many like that Monster Squad. They were taking
Oh,
on the.
Wolfman's got
Do you like
nards.
Wolfman's got nards? Yeah. If you don't
Yes,
know what we're
man.
talking about, you're probably 30 or under.
Yeah. Go watch Monster Squad. Go look it up now. Go do it.
Yeah,
Um. So yeah,
that was a great
2024.
movie.
I'm gonna go see Limp Bizkit. Now I'm gonna go watch Monster Squad.
Yeah,
Damn, I got some
that
sweet corn
sounds like a good
soda.
idea. Sweet corn soda. That sounds like a really bad like indie rapper that's trying to make an I'm sweet corn soda.
Yo, this is
Like
sweet corn soda, ladies and gentlemen.
signing off.
Signing off, sweet corn soda. No, so that's actually not bad. I keep going back to the idea of thinking about the flavor.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Maybe
Sweet corn
whichever
soda
one you
doesn't
think is the
suck.
best, I'll get you a 6-pack of it afterwards.
That's what we'll do, and we'll drink it together. We'll sit
I
on the back porch and drink a 6-pack of sweet corn soda.
in our rocking chairs,
In rocking
reminiscing about the
chairs.
Monster Squad.
Man. So make sure you guys go watch the Monster Squad out there. People of the internet, go
I
check
didn't
it
see
out.
it coming this way. And have a great
Um,
Christmas.
yeah, have a great Christmas. We'll be back next week. We're gonna do a New Year's episode next Thursday. We had a
Yeah,
whole
let's talk about
agenda.
everything that happened this year.
Yeah,
And
we
we'll
had a
talk
whole
about
idea
movies.
this week to talk about like movies and games and things we like from the year. But we'll do that next week, and we'll
It seems
try.
like it makes more sense and it worked out better that way.
Yeah, and we'll try another soda. I'll roll this dice. I get more and more nervous every week because there's a bigger chance of a 4 rolling.
Yep.
So
It's coming.
that's going to be terrifying.
I'm actually already impressed you haven't rolled a double yet and had to re-roll. So
That's
far,
what I keep
everyone
thinking.
right on.
I keep prepping
I'm waiting
myself
for
every
the, oh,
time for
gotta do it again.
if I roll the same one as it's already been done, I got to re-roll it. I'm ready for that, but it hasn't happened yet. And we say that it's going to probably happen next week. So
Oh, do you have a parlay tonight? Did you set
Um,
one up before we go?
I set one. What do you have while I'm pulling mine up?
Well, I've got one that's currently running right now, but I don't know what's going on in the game currently. Do you happen to have the game pulled up? Because I'll tell you what, I came out thinking the Saints were going to win this game tonight, and it didn't look like it was going real well for me because I had a parlay tonight that's already placed of Kamara to score, Kamara 50 yards, and the Saints to win. The Saints are currently down 20-7. But no, my parlay of the week this week that I'm going with for 3 picks is EPL soccer this weekend, English Premier League, Aston Villa over Sheffield, Newcastle over Luton, and I hate to say it because I love Liverpool so much. Liverpool to tie with Arsenal. Calling for the tie.
So, I'm going NFL. I'm going with
NFL.
the Saturday games. I'm going
Ooh.
the Bengals to beat the Steelers. The
Yep.
Bills to beat the Chargers.
Got it.
I'm going for under 45 points for the Bills Chargers game and under 38 points for the Bengals Steelers game. So the Bengals are going to win. There's going to be less than 38 points scored. Bills are going to win. Less than 44 points scored. So I got four leg
Let's see if
parlay
you do
running
better
on that.
next week.
Right. People of the internet, this has been Thirsty Thursday. Those have been some parlays, some betting. Go out there and set your own parlays, win your own money, or don't win money as long as you enjoy what you're doing. Don't listen to us,
And
by
once
the
we
way.
get
We're not experts.
No, not at all. I did hit last week, though, so I'm more of an expert than him right now.
Yeah,
But still,
you win than me.
don't trust me. And if you do win, I want 10%.
He gets 10% if you get that parlay. We're going to set that up. Once again, this has been Thirsty Thursday. I'm Mike.
I'm Brendan.
We'll see you next week, people.